Have you ever engaged in a serious debate over which is better, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Have you ever played Smash or Pass using only characters from Star Wars and Marvel movies? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we have the podcast for you. Listen to The Steam Gentleman, the podcast where an expert panel convenes to ask the questions about pop culture and social commentary that other podcasts are afraid to ask. Listen to The Steam Gentleman on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling Fans International Association is back. That's right, the premier fan club association of the 1970s and 1980s has been revived and is back in business. Join today. It's free at thewfia.org. That's THEWFIA.org. You can also join us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/WFIA 1969. Welcome back, everybody, to the 1987 Supermod. I'm your host, Brad Drake, and this is the World Wrestling Federation all month long for the month of September, and we are rolling back onto our tour date here. We have finished our television tapings in the first week of August of 1987, and the WWF has headed over to Chicago, Illinois, actually Rosemont, Illinois to be specific, the Rosemont Horizon, and we are going to host a house show here. Now, we're going to set our television, which is nothing. These are non-televised events. And let's go ahead and let's take a look at our card here. In our opener, we are going to have Jose Estrada against Brady Boone. Iron Mike Sharpe will face Lanny Poffo. Shirley Black and Angie Minelli will face the Glamour Girls. I forgot to indicate the Glamour Girls are the World Tag Team Champions. Women's World Tag Team Champions. And in this match, it was actually Angie Minelli and Teresa Dubois against the Glamour Girls. I cannot find anything online about Teresa Dubois. I can't find a picture. I can't find a profile. I can't find match information. So unfortunately, we're not able to add Teresa Dubois to the game. So Shirley Black will fill in for her here. If anybody has the information on Teresa Dubois, send it on over. All right, moving right along, we're going to have Tony Garea against Rick Rude. Nick DeCarlo and Frank Monte will face the Rockers. This is a fill-in match that I added. Scott Casey, Cowboy Scott Casey, is going to face the King, Harley Race. Danny Davis will face the Birdman, Koko Ware. We added a match here with Brad Rheingans against Butch Reed. Brad Rheingans, of course, is popular in this region, and Butch Reed is a high-end heel for us. In our semi-main, we're going to see the British Bulldogs against Demolition. That is also an add-in match. And our main event, everybody, will feature the Macho Man, Randy Savage, challenging Hulk Hogan for that heavyweight championship of the world. You know what time it is. I know what time it is. Let's get to booking. And here we go. Estrada versus Boone. WWF was attempting to give Brady Boone a little bit of a push here, and it was cool. Jose Estrada is a good man to help him get over here. Brady Boone gets the win. And as always, although there are some of you that are new to the channel, you may not know any better, for this show, we are keeping the matches as realistic as possible for the card for the date. All right, so we are going to have Iron Mike Sharpe versus Leaping Lanny Poffo. Lanny Poffo, of course, is from Downers Grove, Illinois, which is only about 12 or 15 miles away from Rosemont. And here we go. Here is Iron Mike Sharpe. And here's our man, Lanny Poffo. Rest his soul. He creeped me out. I'm telling you, he creeped me out. Lanny Poffo is going to get the win here in front of his home crowd. And up next, we have the ladies' tag team title match. And we are going to have Black and Minelli versus the Glamour Girls. Glamour Girls, of course, are the tag team champions. Here is Shirley Black. Here's our girl, Angie Minelli. She's a workhorse, Angie Minelli. She, of course, is the niece of Donna Cristoforo. And here are the Glamour Girls, one heck of a tag team, with their dirty, rotten, no-good manager, Jimmy Hart. All right, here's the World Women's Tag Team title on the line. And we are going to have Judy Martin get the win. It's going to come via manager interference because that's the way you do it, everybody, when you're putting heels over. They got to have an out. The baby faces got to have an out. Tony Garea is going to be in there against Rick Rude. For some reason, we had a problem punching Tony Garea in the last time. It's not a problem this time. There's Tony Garea. Here is Rick Rude. Ravishing Rick Rude. And these two did do the loop together. Tony Garea's up there in age, but still very capable. And as time has gone on, as the decades have gone on, Tony Garea is very underappreciated. He was a real talent, a tag team specialist, and always in great shape, and was terrific in the ring. All right, Ravishing Rick Rude is going to get the win here, of course. And up next, we have DeCarlo and Monte, the excellent tag team from days gone by, but they're both still capable here. Very good veteran team here. And of course, Nick DeCarlo's only 38 at this point. But 38 back in the 80s was a lot different than now. A lot different. If you don't know what I mean by that and you're younger, ask your parents or your grandparents. All right, the Rockers are going to get the win here, everybody. We are going to have Marty Genadi get the win for his team. And this one is in the books. Up next, Scott Casey and Harley Race. They're going to go 12. And here is Scott Casey. And here is the King, Harley Race. And you can tell everybody that the WWF did send a lot of B talent out on these cards. B and C talent, I would say. Same people that were doing enhancement work on television were getting matches at the house shows, also putting people over. And there's nothing wrong with that. All right, so here we go. Davis versus Koko Ware. This feud has been on and off for quite some time here. Here's Dangerous Danny Davis. And here is Koko Ware. The Birdman, everybody. And you know Frankie's with him. Koko would be shrugging that shoulders, getting Frankie fired up. Frankie would squawk. And of course, you'd have Mean Gene Okerlund at some point say, Frankie, take it easy. All right, Koko Ware with the win here. Up next, the Olympian, Brad Rheingans, will face Butch Reed. They're going to go 16. This should be a pretty good match, considering where we're at, and the way that our product is shaped. So here we go. We have Rheingans versus Reed, and Butch Reed is going to get the win. And because it's his home region, we're going to have Butch Reed get some help from the Doctor of Style, Slick. Up next here, we have the Bulldogs, the British Bulldogs against Demolition. They're going to go 18. Here are the British Bulldogs. Here's Demolition. Now, in version 10.0, which is the one I'm playing, Bulldogs are still highly effective. You that are playing 10.1, you're starting to see the injuries and the drug problems with the Dynamite Kid. So that is a difference. We are going to do a double DQ here in this match. And here comes our big main event. And we are going to have the Macho Man Randy Savage in there against Hulk Hogan. I know that we've seen this match quite a few times already, but it is what it is. This is what they were running, so therefore we're running it. Right, here's the Macho Man, and here is the Hulkster. And the Hulkster is going to get the W here. I forgot to put epic. These two can definitely do an epic. And this one is booked. All right, what's going on here? Booking analysis. Jimmy Corderas has got too much going on as the referee. Now he doesn't. Good to go. That's the first time we've had that happen in this save. So here we go. We are ready to rock and roll here. And we're going to hoochie coo too. Let's go ahead and start the show and see how we do here, everybody. All right, Estrada and Boone get a whopping 37, 50, and a 42. Somehow gets us a 37. Fair enough. All right, up next, Lanny Poffo gets to win with that diving senton over Iron Mike Sharpe. 56 and a 46 lands us a 42. And we are taking some abuse here, everybody. The Glamour girls get the win over Shirley Black and Angie Minelli here. 39 overall for these two teams. And up next, Rick Rude gets the win over Tony Garea. He uses that Rude Awakening. 73, good score for this type of match. Up next, the Rockers get the win over DeCarlo and Monte. And 54 for this one. The Rockers got an outstanding scores here of 80 and 84. Up next here, Scott Casey against Harley Race. Cowboy. Scott Casey takes the fall here, and he also falls prey to Harley Race's pile driver. 75 overall. And Harley Race had one hell of a pile driver. Up next here, Danny Davis against Koko Beware. Koko Beware gets the win with that Birdbuster, formerly known as the Ghostbuster. 74 overall for these two. That's an outstanding score. Up next here, Rheingans and Butch Reed get an 80. Very good score here, 75-76. Just as I predicted, everybody, we are in Rheingans' home region where he is wildly popular. That score makes sense. Here we go. The Bulldogs and Demolition battle to a double DQ. Good way to end a match with these two teams. The crowd have been going nuts as they brawled to the back, which is what they did back then. One didn't stand in the ring and look at the other. They brawled to the back. Take it back to the locker room, brother, as superstar Billy Graham would say. 94 overall for this one. Good score, good match. The main event gets a 95, everybody. 197 somehow gets us a 95. I want to see what the takeaway is here. Savage is fatigued. Fair enough. I'll accept that outstanding score here. 95 overall. We're going to finish this one up. And we don't get any popularity changes. I'm not surprised. We've already gone through all those already. We are going to point out Randy Savage. We are going to point out Hulk Hogan. And I'd also like to point out Butch Reed. Butch Reed had a really good match here, too. So Savage, great performance. Hogan, great performance. Butch Reed, good performance. We're going to make that speech. Randy Savage is happy. The Hulkster is pleased, and Butch Reed is pleased, and we, everybody, are also pleased and heading back to the main screen. So that does it for this one, everybody. This tour date, we are moving on to the Baltimore Arena here. And that card's already set to go. Let's go ahead and see if we've reloaded here yet. We have not. We'll see if anything is going on, and then we're going to call this one a day. All right, here comes our incoming here. Zarnoff is back from injury. Let's make that noted if it's even in there. It is. He's been out for a while. All right, so Zarna, or Zarnoff, as he's known in the WWF, is back. Everybody is tired. Imagine that after television tapings, right? Wrestling Challenge gets 131,000 viewers. BS, more like 10 million viewers. All American Wrestling gets 232,000 viewers. BS, more like 10 million viewers. But that's the way the game is. All right, that's going to wrap this one up, everybody. For those of you that are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, send us a message, or drop us a message. Let me rephrase that. For those of you that are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and drop us a message below. Let us know what you think of the show and how you found it. For those of you that are looking for more, you can find it over on patreon.com. That's patreon.com/PowerCast Network. For just $5, you can get access to version 10.1 of the Supermod. All of our spreadsheets, all of our shows early and YouTube ad-free, and so much more, everybody. Check it out today, patreon.com/PowerCast Network. Don't forget, you can also find us on social media, facebook.com/group/1987 Supermod. And don't forget about Wrestling Fans International Association, everybody. You can get a free membership just by going to thewfia.org and signing up today. Check it out, everybody, and we'll see you back in action next time.